Namo Namaha, Bhavtam Sarvesham, Hardam Swagatam. Welcome back to my channel Sanskrit Sopanam. I hope you are doing great. As usual, I'm also good. And today, finally, we are starting with a series on learning Sanskrit through Gita. So we will take the shlok 1, the verse 1 of Bhagavad Gita chapter 1, and we are going to decode it through the lens of Sanskrit grammar and vocabulary. Okay, so as you can see on my screen, we have the shlok 1 of chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita. Let me quickly go through it. धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेता युयुत्सवः मामकाः पांडवाश्चैव किम अकुर्वत Sanjaya. Okay, so here's the shloka that we just saw, and this here is a Sandhi Vichhed version of the shloka. What do I mean by Sandhi Vichhed? So if you remember Varn Vichhed that we learned to do in our first video in basic grammar series, Varn Vichhed was when we take a single word and we split it open into the individual letters, right? Sandhi Vichhed is similar to that, where we take a combined word, take a combination word, and we split it open into the individual words it is formed of. How so? So you see this word Pandavaschaiva. So in our original Sanskrit shloka, this seems like a single word, one word. But when we apply Sandhi Vichhed to it, we realize it is made of three individual words. Pandavaha cha ev. And all of these three words, they have combined together due to Sandhi rules. There are different Sandhi rules, and it has turned into a single word, Pandavaschaiva. Now, why they combine? Again, in Sanskrit, a lot of text is composed in poetry form. It needs to follow a poetic meter. So the authors take this liberty, and Sanskrit grammar allows this creativity due to this Sandhi grammatical rule that you can combine these words to form a single word. But for our understanding purpose, we need to split open any Sanskrit text, not just Gita. So whenever you are encountering or trying to decode any Sanskrit text, the first thing you are going to do in either in writing or intuitively in your mind, that you are going to split all the individual words. Because once you know all the words in a text, then only you can understand the meaning, right? So that is what we are going to do here. So we had our original shloka, but we have applied Sandhi Vichhed to it, and we have arrived at this place with all the individual words. Dharmkshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamakaha Pandavaha cha ev Kim Akurvat Sanjaya. Okay, so we have our original shloka split open into the individual words for the sake of ease of understanding. Okay, now what approach I generally take whenever I am decoding a Sanskrit text is I spot the verb. I spot the verb or the kriya or the action word in the verse or the shloka. So here akurvat. Akurvat, this is a verb in third person plural form, past tense, and it simply means they all did. So if you want to know the root, the dhatu of this verb, it is kr. We have seen this verb before also in our basic grammar series. Kri. This means to do. And in third person plural form in past tense, this changes into akurvat. Okay, simply means they all did. So this is the anchor point. This is the anchor point through which I want to start decoding the entire shloka. So akurvat, did, they all did. Now the immediate question will pop up in a mind, who all? Like who all did? So if you are making a statement like they all did, the immediate question will come, who all did? So this K, it is just a pronoun and simply means who all. So who. If there is a single person, we say kah, and plural, we are saying K. So who all did? And in response, the answer comes, Mamakaha Pandavaha Chayev Akurvat. Okay. That means my people, that is Kauravas and Pandavas, they did. Okay. Now this word Mamak, the base word Mamak, it simply means my people. So this shloka is like a conversational shloka. So if you are aware of the context of Mahabharata, the entire Mahabharata is being narrated by this character Sanjay to this Kaurav king Dhritarashtra. Okay, the entire Mahabharata is written in such a way that Sanjay is narrating all the events to Dhritarashtra. Okay, and in the first shloka itself, this is how the Bhagavad Gita opens up. Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjay following things, what we are looking at right now, and that's why my people. That Dhritarashtra is saying my people With that, he means Kauravas. So, if you know, there are two sides in Mahabharata. One is Kauravas and other is Pandavas. These are two sides and they are fighting this battle of Mahabharata, right? So Mamak simply means my people, and and since Dhritarashtra is saying this, so it is referring to Kauravas. Simple as that. Why Mamakaha? You can guess plural because multiple people, right? So as Ram changes into Ramaha in plural, so Mamak, that means my people, my person, it changes into plural Mamakaha because lot of people, Kauravas, and Pandavaha. So this word a lot of you might already know. Pandav simply means descendant of King Pandu. So the opponent side of the battle. And again, plural, so Pandavaha, right? So, Akurvat, they all did. The question was, who all did? And the response was, Mamakaha Pandavaha Akurvat. My people Kauravas and Pandavas did. This word cha, this is and it is an indeclinable or avyay. And it has a bit peculiar usage in Sanskrit. How so? In English, suppose we have two things and we want to write and, so we write it in between the two things, right? In Sanskrit, this and, this cha is written at the end of the list. So suppose you are mentioning three items and then you will put this cha. So at the end of the list, we put cha. This is how it is used in Sanskrit. Simply means and. So Mamakaha Pandavaha cha, it simply means Mamakaha, my people, and Pandavaha. This ev, again indeclinable or avyay, and it simply means indeed. Indeed. So my people, Kauravas and Pandavas indeed. Okay, simply means like that. So far, we know who all did, right? Now the next question comes up that kidrishaha, what like. So whenever we prompt someone to describe it more, we use this word kidrisha. We are basically asking that, okay, give me more information about them, about that thing. So my people Kauravas and Pandavas, they did. Now I'm asking what like what were they like? And the response comes Samavetaha Yuyutsavaha. Samavet, this word Samavet, this means gathered, gathered together, gathered together. And since again multiple people are gathered together, so plural, so Samvetaha, simple as that. And this Yuyutsavaha, so the base word is Yuyutsu. This is the base word. Jujutsu, and this word Jujutsu, it means someone who is eager to fight, someone who is desperate to fight, very eager to fight. And because those soldiers, those warriors that were present in the battle of Mahabharata, they were very eager to fight. So that's why they are being described here as Jujutsu. Again, plural. So Jujutsu in plural form becomes Jujutsavaha. Just as Guru, that means teacher. This means one teacher. In plural form, it changes into Guruvaha. So multiple teachers. Same way, Jujutsu changes into Jujutsavaha. The point is that what were Pandavas and Kauravas like? So they were all gathered and eager to fight. Samvetaha Jujutsavaha Mamakaha Pandava Akurvat. Okay, so far so good. Let me move forward. Next question pops up. The next query pops up is Kutra. Kutra is a indeclinable and avyay. Now all these words, no, I hope you understand that I am just using these words to form a context, and on basis of that context I am trying to explain the shloka. So these words are not present in the shloka, these are not part of shloka, but I'm just using these words to establish a context so that I can arrive at the meaning of the shloka itself. Okay, so far we have done that. We started with Akurvat, did. The question came, okay, who all did? So the answer was Mamakaha, Kauravas, and Pandavaha, they did. Then the question is Kidrishaha, that what were those guys like? So the answer was Samavetaha Jujutsavaha, that they were all gathered in the battlefield and they were all eager to fight. Okay. Now, then the question came, okay, but where? Like, where were they eager to fight? Where all this drama was happening? So the answer is Kurukshetra. So the base word is Kurukshetra. It is an actual place in a state in India where the battle of Mahabharat happened, Kurukshetra. And why Kurukshetra? Because if you can remember this, this is a seventh case singular form. Whenever we have to say something like in or on a tree, in a garden, in Kurukshetra, so we use seventh case. That's why Kurukshetra has changed into Kurukshetre. So where Kutra? The answer is Kurukshetra, in Kurukshetra. Now moving forward, so Kidrishe, what was it like? So the answer is Dharmkshetra. Why Dharmkshetra? So the author here is describing Kurukshetra as Dharmkshetra. Dharma, this as you know, is like a moral right or wrong, Dharma. And by Dharmkshetra, the author is simply trying to say that Kurukshetra was a place where Dharma was at stake. And that's why the author is describing Kurukshetra as Dharmakshetra, the place in the field of Dharma. That is Kurukshetra, where the Dharma was at stake. Okay. And see, Dharmakshetra again, since it is an adjective, it is describing this Kurukshetra. It is taking all the three properties of Kurukshetra, right? What three properties? Masculine gender. Since Kurukshetra is masculine, so Dharmakshetra is also masculine gender. And seventh case. Kurukshetra is in seventh case, Kurukshetre. That's why Dharmakshetra is in seventh case, Dharmakshetre. And singular. Since Kurukshetra is a single place, the Dharmakshetra also singular form. That's why same kind of forms they both are using. Even if you notice here, Kidrishe, this is also using the same form, Kidrishe. Here it was using Kidrishaha. But see, here it is using Kidrishe. So if I am asking about multiple people, so it will also change into plural. If I am asking about some place that is in seventh case, this will also change into seventh case. Just few things you can take a note of. Anyways, so in all, Akurvat did, Ke Akurvat, who all did, so Mamakaha Pandavaha Ev Akurvat. Then Kidrisha, what were they like? So Samavetaha Yuyutsavaha Mamkaha Pandava, that they were gathered and eager to fight. Then Kutra, where was the fight? So Kurukshetra, in Kurukshetra. Now what like? Like how do you describe Kurukshetra? So Dharmakshetra, that is in the field of Dharma, that is Kurukshetra. That is how Kurukshetra is being described here. Okay, let's move forward. And in the end, Kim. That is our last question. And again, this shloka will end here because anyhow, the answer that Dharmkshetra, Kurukshetra, all the warriors, Kauravas and Pandavas that were gathered and eager to fight in Kurukshetra, what did they do? Now, this what is not answered in this shloka. So, this shloka ends here. Dhritarashtra is asking the question that is the entire gist of the first shloka, right? And if we move forward, so you see this part, Anvay. Now, what does this Anvay means? Anvay means rearrangement. Rearrangement, or think of it as rearrangement, or think of it as this that you are changing this into the prose form, that rearranging the words in order that the meaning that is intended from the shloka will come out. That is it, Anvay. Okay, so when we'll do the Anvay of this shloka, so the first word Sanjay. Okay, the Sanjay here, this again, I told you before, Sanjay is the character who is narrating all these events. And if you can see here, if we write Ramaha as this, so we know that okay, it is in first case. But if we write like Hey Ram, so I hope you remember this. This was an Sambodhan or the eighth word case whenever we are addressing someone with an exclamation or that sort of thing. So here, Sanjay, it is in eighth case because Dhritarashtra is directly addressing it to Sanjay that, oh Sanjay, tell me what all the Kauravas and Pandavas that gathered in Kurukshetra, what did they do? Please tell me that. So Sanjay is being someone who is addressed here. So we start the Anvay with Sanjay that, oh Sanjay, in Dharmakshetra, Kurukshetra, all the gathered and eager to fight, my people, that is Kauravas and Pandavas, What did they do? This is the entire meaning. And if we'll look at the English translation also, it is the same thing. Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjay that all the eager warriors belonging to Kauravas and Pandavas gathered at the battlefield of Dharma in Kurukshetra. What did they do? Simple as that. This is the entire verse. And so that is it. That was our first Bhagavad Gita shloka. I hope you learned something from it. And I hope you like the approach that I am taking here. That I create a context, and within that context, we try to fit in whatever words we have of a shloka. Because, okay, we can understand the meaning of a word, and we can understand the meaning of a verb, but how they are used in within a context, that is very important. So we created a context, and in response to that context, we try to back work the entire verse of our shloka. So I hope you like the approach. Now, a very important thing, whatever I covered in the video, all of this and a bit more information, this will be available as a PDF, and you can download it in the description box. So this is the PDF, and if you can see, this is the same approach I've taken in the PDF also. This is the Sanskrit verse. This is the Sanskrit verse after Sandhi Vichhed, and these are the Sandhis that happened within the verse. So you have the word, individual words, then you have the combination word, combined word, and this in between, this is the rule. This is the Sandhi rule that applies to this particular set of words. So you have the Sanskrit verse, you have the Sandhi Vichhed verse, you have all the Sandhis, you have the individual words. So Dharmakshetre, the root word is Dharmakshetra, it is the adjective, it is the seventh case singular form, and this is its meaning and its contextual use. And if you'll scroll down, you also have Anvay that we took a look, that rearrangement, Anvay, and then you have translation in two languages, English and Hindi. I am only aware of these two languages, so I have put up the translations in Hindi and English. The Sandhi section in the PDF sheet is very important. Why? Because Sandhi is something I'm not incorporating in the videos. I can, but it unnecessarily makes a video a bit longer. If you want me to include Sandhi in video as well, please leave a comment. If a lot of people want it, I will include it in the video as well. But in the PDF sheet, I've explained in sufficient detail and very easy to understand. So please download that PDF file, go through it in your own time, try to see the meanings of all the individual words, try to see what are the different Sandhi rules. These Sandhi rules and everything, they will keep on repeating again and again and again, not just in Gita, in all other Sanskrit texts. So please make yourself aware of them. The more you practice them, the more you become aware of them, the more it becomes your second nature, and you will be very easily able to decode any Sanskrit text, not just Gita. And this is what we aim through this channel, that we are building our knowledge of Sanskrit language in a whole, so that we are not just limited to Gita or this shlok or this stotram. The entire world of Sanskrit opens up for us. So that is the main aim. So I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll meet up again in the next video with the next shloka of Bhagavad Gita. And until then, stay awesome, stay happy. We'll meet again soon. Vayam punah milamaha. Dhanyavad.